Hello, world. Welcome back to Let's Talk Barca. All right, guys, let's get into this episode as we discuss the Champions League game with Barcelona versus Benfica. So this is a play-by-play. I started doing this one at halftime right now. So I'm taking these notes at halftime just so I could just discuss what's happened in the game. So Xavi has done what I knew he would eventually do. He went to three at the back. So I find that hilarious because everyone was up in their arms when Koeman tried to go three at the back. But I think three at the back is our best formation. I just think Longley has to go. I mean, already in the first half, it's like every time they go down the left side, you could see that it's just horrible. Like they're just going right through Longley. Like he's not even there. He's just, they nutmegged him in the attack. They win the header. Everything doing with Longley is a negative. So I think we're better off going with like Umtiti or Eric Garcia in this game here. I'm not happy with Longley and Longley's performance. I thought everybody else pretty much played well. Actually, I thought everybody else was pretty much great. I thought Demir played great coming in. I thought Aruja played great. I'm thinking Piqué's playing well. Busquets is playing well, but Busquets usually plays well. It's not until late in the game that we see him get tired, and that's when he starts turning over the ball in the middle. So let's look for that in the second half. Also, Nico's playing well. Nico's making good runs. De Jong is actually playing very well so far in the first half. Let's see if De Jong can keep that up. Keep making those runs from midfield. We need that run into midfield. Like I said, I always call them the Xavi runs. Those late runs deep from midfield into the box to either score a goal or send in a lethal cross or to do something that causes the defense to break down. Now, like I've always said, if you look back to all my videos about the midfielders, Nico, Gavi, everybody else, I've always said those late runs from midfield, right? So keep looking for that for De Jong and Nico. I think, I'm absolutely adore Gavi. Like I always said in every video with Gavi, he's gangster Gavi. Look at all these grown men crying whenever Gavi runs up on them. And then he's got the skill set and so forth. He's playing well on the wing on the left-hand side. Very impressed so far. And then, Memphis Depay, he's doing his thing, so, expect a little bit more from him, but he's doing well. So I'm not going to complain about Memphis. Demir's holding it down right now. This is a good game for Demir. Hopefully Demir will get some confidence. He was frustrating at first, but he's slowly getting confidence. Hopefully he could play a little bit more minutes until we can get Dembele in there. And hopefully Dembele could be a game winner for us in this game. All right, guys, so let's see how the second half goes. All right, so that's the end of the second half. Up until Dembele came in, and even when Dembele came in, the thing with Dembele, obviously he's just getting back, so we can't expect him to do what Fati does. Fati's a special player, but we can see what he does. He creates anticipation, excitement, space, offense. He creates all that, right? So we really need to sit back and really see what, because we need to get Fati back now, to put Fati on the left, so that when Dembele creates that space, because people have to rush out to Dembele, now he's working with Fati coming in from the left-hand side, right? Or when Fati's on that, they can't really come over to Fati or Memphis like they're helping off of Memphis, because you have Dembele on the right-hand side. And then hopefully you're going to have Nico, Gavi or De Jong making those late Xavi type runs and those Iniesta runs into the box. And we should be looking good. But I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't really see any difference from what would have been happening under the other guy. It's all the same, because it's really about the players, and that's really my thing, is that everything that the players that we have, because we don't have too many options, because the other options are kids. Like we can't rely on we just can't rely on 12, 19-year-old kids. That's Barca B. That's literally relying on Barca B. If we're going to rely on, if we're going to rely on Ilias, and Fati, none of them are over 20. So that's a front three under 19. Then you go into midfield, and then you're having Gavi, Pedri, and Nico. That's again all under 19. So now we're at a total attacking unit of nobody over 20. We can't rely on that, right? And then you go to our defense, and Garcia's only 20. Aruja's only 21, 22. Des is 20, 21. You know what I mean? So with that, we can't rely. And then the guys that we have, the veterans that we have, right? Busquets and PK, they're all defenders. Jordi Alba, he's a right back, but he's a winger, but he's still a defender by trade, right? So we don't have any real credible offensive threat who's solidified and understands the Barca way and is ready to go. I mean, don't get me wrong, Memphis Depay, being a Dutch player, he fully understands the Barca way. I think right now he might be taking one too many touches inside the box. He needs to just be a little bit more concise with his touches and his movements when he gets the ball inside the box. He's just doing too much, or he's trying to do too much. Yeah, so I do think he's trying to do too much, but I think that once we get everybody back, hopefully that will settle him down, Fati and everybody else. We just got to make it through. Now, it's not a loss, but it feels like a loss. I do believe that this team, if healthy, can go to, especially when everybody gets a few minutes in them. So by the time we go to Bayern Munich, Dembele, which hopefully can stay healthy and get a couple more games in him, can play at least 60 minutes in that game. So all we really have to do is go out there and get a win. We can beat them. That's not, I don't even think that's really a doubt. I think that this team is talented enough to beat any team on any given day. So with Dembele, Memphis Depay, Pedri, Gavi, Nico, De Jong, Jordi Alba and everybody else, we're good enough to threaten Fati when healthy. You know what I mean? We're good enough to score on anybody. We're good enough to beat anybody on any given day. Now, the problem I see, and it all really just depends on whether or not we can get that back three going, because it's clear that we have to go to a back three. I mean, I hope you guys can see it now, because, maybe because it's not Koeman, you guys can see the back three is what we have to go. If you go back to my very first sets of videos, from I saw Koeman try that first back three, I've seen it. That's what we have. That's really the style we have to go on. When I started doing the research, everything's there in tiki-taka. The back three is the formation in which we have to rely on. So the back three, I think he wants to go with, probably in the long term, he wants to have Araujo either on the right or in the middle, with Garcia either on the right or in the middle. But I think they prefer to have Araujo in the middle because he's more of a deep defender, more of an impenetrable defender. This guy, he's solid. He if someone beats Araujo in a one-on-one, I'm never going to be mad at Araujo because he's winning those most of the time. You know what I mean? Every time we see him, yeah, some guys do beat him, but he is winning most one-on-one battles. So you want him to be in that last-ditch defender position. Now, Garcia, the problem is in being in the center, you need a ball mover. Garcia's your better ball mover, but he's not a better defender. So you have to, wait on Araujo's ball movement skill set to improve or to match Barcelona level. So that we can fully see what we're going to get. I also like the fact that when he does play the right, he actually gets up into that attack. We got to see more of him going right into that attack, being that extra defender, shooting up the same way that David Alaba scored on us. That's what we have to get from our center backs. We have to see them with that type of confidence to make the run. You intercept the ball and you make the run right into attack and you score the goal. He almost scored a goal that same way, but he missed it. His shot was off, whatever. That's cool. But this is what we need to see, right? These runs coming from different positions, because when he makes that run, it becomes either Frankie de Jong, Sergio Busquets, or Nico's responsibility then to drop back into the center back position. So one of those three defenders. Now, all three of those defenders are big, physical guys that have the ability to drop back into the center back position for a momentary status until Araujo or Garcia or whoever is on the left makes that run forward. So, that's really what, so I'm excited about seeing that going forward. So, and that I think will be something that we have to see, right, going forward as well. In the next set of games, we didn't see it enough, but we saw it. So I'm happy to see that, and I like that. Demir, he faded. You figured he was going to eventually fade. That's okay. I'm not really worried about that so much. Now it's just a matter of hopefully, Dembele, he's not injured. he doesn't get injured. He gets to go back into training in the next few games, and he gets to, once again, maybe play, 45 minutes in the next game. So maybe he comes in and start at the second half in the very next game, so that's what I want to see. And then at the game after that, I want to see him start, maybe give us 60 minutes, right? And then be more productive. Hopefully we can see him get his first goal. So these types of things. And eventually we want to see Fati come in. Now, I was really happy with the team because we didn't see Coutinho. We didn't see guys like Ricky Puig. We didn't see these guys because I think that that's showing you that these guys really are not Barcelona level. Like, we're going to have to rotate them and play them, but I think we can see that they're really not the future of Barcelona. We don't look any different from the last guy, I don't believe, but I think that with the players returning, we're just going to look better because of the players returning. So I'm happy to see, and like I said, as the players develop, so as Nico gets more confident, as Xavi gets more confident, we're going to see that. Now we're going to be returning Pedri soon, and then we're going to be returning Fati. So, now that it's just a mentality, it's just a whether or not Xavi and his training staff and the medical staff can get these guys healthy and keep them healthy. If we can get them healthy and keep them healthy, we'll make a run at winning the league. I'm not worried about that. We'll have a good chance of winning a double if we can actually stay healthy. We could win the Super Cup, which would be our third trophy, if we could stay healthy. No questions about that. If we can get these guys healthy and keep them healthy throughout the rest of the season. So that is not an issue to me. I believe that is actually what should happen. I'm not so much concerned about the Champions League. I would like to make it out of the knockouts, out of the group stage. I want to win in Bayern. I think we can win in Bayern. But before we concentrate on winning in Bayern, what we really have to do now is we really just have to just get guys healthy and then see what our team is when we're going to Bayern. Like, the team that we have when we go to Bayern will determine what happens, right? So let's just wait and see what happens with that. I know, like I said, don't see much changes. Just everything that I thought would happen, irregardless of the manager. Want to give a lot of credit to Sergio Bossuan. Everyone, Sergio Bossuan was the first guy to give Ease any minutes, and we can see that Ease deserves minutes now. We can see that Demir now is earning some time and some minutes, and then we know that Ilias played well as well. So we got three good wingers. I just want to say three young good wingers. Now it's just a matter of which one of these three are going to actually develop. I don't see Demir as being a winger in his future. So we'll see what happens with Demir. He doesn't really seem like he has the speed to challenge or the confidence right now to really attack people one-on-one on the left, because he's always on the right wing, because he's always cutting back in. So we'll see what the other kids do come this weekend. Look forward to that. So once again, this is those who know, you know. If you don't know, you just don't know. Don't forget to like and subscribe, people.